Hey guys, welcome to the Sunday night webinar. We do these every Sunday at 6 p.m. or just after 6 p.m. sometimes at Bangkok, Thailand time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can find some more information on what we do at 100xcryptoacademy.com. But we have these lives anyway, so you guys can chime into these and ask questions. Obviously, at any time. And if you just look at this, come in at this time, you know. As well as our Patreon people will get this anyway. But anyway, so every week we just talk a little bit about crypto and what's happening. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that's happening, but what I'm trying to do now is just I haven't been doing a lot of videos on YouTube. I've just been trying to just do less videos, but a bit more concentrated on kind of like what's more important. Because there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that just do every single thing they just do. They do a video every day, but the video they're doing every day, it's not like it's just a video because they want to get views. That's basically why they do it. Okay, I understand you got to be consistent, but make your videos really informative and people really want to watch them because the YouTube algorithm is changing and it's basically rewarding quality over quantity if you're a YouTuber. So yeah, it's all about the quality. Anyway, Garth, speaking of quality, he's a quality bloke. How's your week been?
Thanks, buddy. Hey, it's been good. It's been good. I think it's been a pretty quiet week from my sort of angle of it. There's not much going on. We haven't had too many crazy weather events. I always talk about the weather because it's something people hear about on the news and stuff like that. But we've only had a couple of hot days, in the 30s and stuff like that. So it's been not too bad. Last couple of days have been pretty good. But yeah, I think New Zealand's had like a tornado or something go through there, or they had some crazy people, a lot of damaging stuff going on over there in New Zealand. So yeah, a few things like that. Trying to think what else is happening here. Not too much. I haven't really seen anything too crazy on the news wise. And then as far as crypto is concerned, of course, we've seen Bitcoin. I think what has it been? 8% in the last week. Let me have a look. Just double check. 12%, 12.6% up so far in the last 7 days. So that's been up. I think we hit 25K, which is the sort of pretty bullish, I suppose. From a lot of people, pretty excited about that. So that's pretty good. And we've seen some really big moves from other coins, and we'll have a quick talk about those tonight. So yeah, what about yourself? What's been happening last week?
Not a lot. Yeah, just the usual stuff. Just mainly stuff offline, really away from the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a little bit different here in Chiang Mai. We're approaching the burning season, so basically everyone burns their crops. But because the way that the city and its town is built, it's in the mountain range. So when people burn their crops, the smog just stays. It doesn't go anywhere.
Oh wow!
And it creates a if you got asthma and stuff, it's not good for me. So that's why I always get a runny nose this time of the year. But yeah, it's just one of those things that's always happened. It's not really that bad. It's just some days you can't see anything because of the smoke.
Wow.
I think. So it's just a geographical problem that they've always had ever in existence.
Yeah.
Hey Mohammed, how you going, mate? Good. Yep, we'll touch on that. I've been buying Algorand already, so that's good. H bar, I'm not sure about H bar. I read some stuff about H bar. Their supply is out of control. It's somewhat centralized, but I think it'll probably still do well because it's because of what it is. It's like a layer one that does crazy stuff. But I've definitely got Algorand. So yeah, just I think both of these will do well in this next bull run. So I would definitely take a look at it. Obviously, this is no financial advice, but I think they're both good coins to buy now because you want to buy them when they're down. And also, what I was talking about, what I saw this week because the price of Bitcoin has gone to 25. It's pulled back a little, but if you look at like the actual market, right, at CoinGecko, and a lot of these coins are really down. They were down, November last year, December last year when Bitcoin was, it was like 16 something, right? And only 2 months time later, it's now 25. You know what I mean? So those coins, those layer ones that we were saying, you should stock up on these layer ones. Now is the time to bag up. Like Solana was under $20. I think it was like looking at now, like we look at 90-day on Solana. Remember when the hack with FTX?
Yeah.
It dumped big time.
Yeah.
Look
at that.
It was like under $10, $9.60. And I said, once this FTX will go away, it'll all be a blur. It'll be like news on CNN. Okay, first of all, they're talking about one thing, and then a week later, that news is old news. Well, now that FTX, it's still going to happen, and it's all hope people go to jail, but it's kind of like out of the news now. And when FTT was heavily involved with Solana, and Solana was kind of really mixed up with FTX. That took a dump, and that was the time to buy. Right, 960. Now today, it's $23. So you basically double your money, really, really fast. Only within 2 months you would have doubled your money. Now I don't know about you, but I don't know anything else that you can double your money in 2 months. And this is a relatively stable. I mean, we're talking crypto-wise, right? This is like a layer one that's relatively, the volume of it is going to, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to disappear overnight. And these are the coins that you look at hard at getting when the market was, at all-time low in this period. Even Solana, Matic was another one. It's $1.51, and even we go back till December and November. Polygon was like 75 cents. Now look at it. It's starting to go up. It's $50. So basically, you will double your money again. Been saying this forever. Get your layer ones and even your layer twos because they're rock solid. They're stable. Yes, you're not going to get massive returns on them, but you should be playing the long game anyway. I don't know what's wrong with people. They just like, oh, if I'm not getting 100x, and I don't want to touch it. Like what? All-time high, it was $2.92. So you could have bought this thing for like 75 cents. So Polygon's another one. Solana's another one, and there's a lot of these other ones that will just do really, really well. Lycon went over a dollar. So a lot of these you can pick up that that are really going to do well. We've been talking about ICP for a while. Now that's
right. ICP was remember they were doing really well with when we're looking at the GitHub. I think we talked about it multiple times. Their GitHub, like the actual developer activity.
Yeah, well, when we were talking about it, it was that was a couple of months back, and now it's up 10% today. So it was a really good time to pick that up. And when was that? December when we did that webinar? Maybe it was January sometime.
Yeah.
So it was like $3.82. Now it's basically doubled it. It's nearly $8. But if you go back and look at those webinars, and something that Garth found out through Crypto, They're one of the most highly worked. The project has been worked. A lot of people
We
working
actually
on this
talked
project.
about. We actually talked. Yeah, ICP. We actually talked about it. I'm just having a quick search. In where is it? In the Academy on Discord. It says here. ICP token in our last webinar. This was on the 12th of the 9th of 2022. And I think it was around about $7, that price that you posted that day. I'm not sure what it is now, but it was down a lot. What is it now, the price now?
It's $7.90. But when was that?
Okay, it's gone up. Yeah, so that was, let me have a look here. Yeah, 12th of the 9th, 2022. So
12th.
that's when we did a webinar about it.
Yeah, it went down. Yeah, that was 12th of the
Because you
9th.
basically were talking about how much it went down. We're talking about the development, but that's how long ago that we were talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, so it did a huge decline. It went to $3.49. Now it's back up to $7. But look at the all-time high. All-time high is 700. It's down 98.86%. So even at $7.98, it's up 10% today. This can do 100x if we hit all-time highs again, which I think we will. But Bitcoin's going to go to like 6 figures for this to happen. So this is one of those sleeper jobs. This ICP. It's definitely one that's I think is going to rocket. In the future. It's just a lot of stuff happening on VeChain's still around. Wow, you remember VeChain? I think we did the ICO on that.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we did the ICO. Well, I can't remember. It was so long back, but I'm pretty sure we did the ICO on VeChain. That's gone back. Oh, geez, a few years now. I think this came around in 2018. Yeah, so yeah, it's still around. VeChain's one of those ones that was, geez, it was flogged to the earth. That one. There's talk about Phantom. Yeah, maybe it was just someone doing press releases trying to ramp it up over Ethereum, but I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of Phantom. It's just clunky, and maybe they fixed it. I don't know. Okay, so these, I said before the NFTs and the metaverse was great. In my opinion, I would not invest in these anymore. Sandbox and Decentraland. You might have a different opinion on it, but I just think metaverses, they're done, and I think they'll still be around because they've got the game component. But I look at metaverses like shitcoins. Worse, actually. They just, we'll just look at Facebook. Facebook's taken a tumble. He should have done AI, not metaverse. We talked about Multiverse X, right? Now they did a rebrand, right? Elrad. This used to be Elrad, but they did a rebrand. See, Elrod? Remember that one? Elrod?
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
Yeah, it did a rebrand.
Now it's called Multiverse.
Yes, and I didn't know this.
No, I didn't know it either.
Well, I looked at this and I thought, where the hell is Elrond gone? Where the hell is it gone? And then I found out that it did a rebrand. My all-time high was 545. That had like a low
10x,
low supply. It was relatively low. The
31 million.
The what do you call it? What's the word?
The max supply is 31 million.
Yeah, their supply was small. The bleed off was small, relatively small. But it's a pretty fast blockchain. But they've now rebranded to this multiverse, scale across the multiverse, build apps, new dApps. So yeah, that's interesting. That one's interesting because I really like this one. So I don't know. Maybe I have to relook at this one. I'm not a big fan of this whole metaverse thing. I think the metaverse has been a big fail in my opinion, and it's you know it's going to be part of crypto. NFTs, it's going to be all part of crypto, but yeah, it's just one of those things that maybe you got to take a
Well,
look at.
we haven't really seen anything, in my opinion, come out of the whole, these multiverse type things. This whole push for it. It's like it's not even in our lives, but AI is right now. Like you could just go to so many sites to do with AI, and it actually works. Which is really exciting. But you go like I don't know anywhere where you can go, into a metaverse that's actually functional, that does anything useful. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that bullish on it. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it might have a bit of a comeback this year. We'll see. Stacks is another one that's gone up a lot. It's gone up 13.6% today, 39 cents. And it was $3.39. So you can see this rise here. And basically what they do is it's like smart contracts with Bitcoin. Yeah, there you go, a Bitcoin layer for smart contracts. And I think that this is just wrap Bitcoin on Ethereum. I think I haven't looked at it in a big way, but S Bitcoin. So it's just a two-way peg for Bitcoin. So yeah, you wrap up your Bitcoin and
sounds like a exploit waiting to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's going well. It's like getting heaps of exposure. Like a lot of people are getting into this, but yeah, it's always this is the problem with these sort of protocols. Once they get hacked, it's bye bye. And if you're heavily invested in this stuff, your money can be gone, and that's the biggest thing about these even these decentralized protocols, right? And even these decentralized DEX. So, and there's tons of them out there. Once they get hacked, even Rubico was a really good one. And what's it called?
I mean, Rubik only lasts 1.41 million. But what about on the 1st of February? Polygon, Bond Q DAO, BONQ DAO lost 120 million in an Oracle attack.
Yeah. See, so
120 million, like that's a lot.
I mean,
not as much as FTX.
Yeah, I mean, someone's losing money, big money, and that's the thing with these. That's the thing with these protocols, it's just really. Oh my God, I couldn't comprehend who is losing this money. I mean, holy cow. So anyway, so there's a couple of things to look out for. There's obviously going to be a lot of these coins that are going to go up really a lot. As big, if once we get in, I don't know if we're in a bit. I don't think we're in a bull market yet. We're just seeing Bitcoin go up a bit, 1 trillion plus 1.1 trillion, which is good. So, really, once we start to see Bitcoin get to like 1.52 trillion, not Bitcoin, the market cap of, that's when there's something, and then something's going to happen. But at the moment, it could just, I don't see it. There's still too much stuff that's happening in the world for it to be for people to be optimistic about just the economy and everything. I don't think that's happened yet. I think it's going to take time. I don't think we're going to get into a bull cycle till 2024, to be honest. That's just my opinion, but stranger things have happened. So what you're going to find out is you're going to see all these. If you just focus on the layer ones and the layer twos, then and the returns aren't going to be as big, but the returns, in my opinion, will be there over time. All right, and if you can just be patient enough and just keep on accumulating the layer ones, they're not going to go anywhere, or they're only going to gain in value once Bitcoin goes up. It's just pretty much a no-brainer. If you've been around the crypto space as long as we have, you'll know that everything just mirrors Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes up, everything else goes up. Litecoin goes up, Ethereum goes up, everything pumps. Shiba Inu even pumps. You know what I mean? So what we're going to wait for is that's the key to it. We just got to hang around, wait till Bitcoin goes up, because you're not going to make as much money on Bitcoin when it goes up as opposed to these other layer ones and these layer twos. You're going to make more money on these layer ones and layers twos. But for you to make that money, it's got to mirror Bitcoin. So that's what you got to watch. You got to watch Bitcoin, and once this goes up, everything, the whole field turns green, right? And a lot of these lower layer ones and layer twos will they'll outperform Bitcoin, So if you want to do a safe bet, go into your layer ones and layer twos, which is your layer one blockchains and your layer two blockchains, all right? Because they're the ones that are safe. They're relatively large market cap. They've got a couple of billion in market cap, and they're not going to just disappear. They're just going to keep building and building and building, and they're going to keep on evolving, okay? And so that's the safest way. And then obviously you got your Bitcoin, all right? Then you got your other stuff too, which you can speculate on, But if you want to play it safe, just go with your layer ones. Algo's another one. It's a good one. Clay, that's up. Look at Clay. That's up 71% in 7 days. Holy cow. So Clayton's like a layer one. I think it's a layer one. This one here is mentioned too, Rocket Pool. That's like a decentralized Ethereum node. Again, it's decentralized. It's very popular right now. And basically, you don't have to run a node. You don't have to have 32 Ethereum. You can just stake it and earn the benefits of a node. You can see here, there's a lot of Ethereum staked on this. 402,000 Ethereum staked on Rocket Pool. Look at the nodes, 2,150, 2,105. So when you come along here, this is fully decentralized. And if you want to start to stake, you can stake as little as 0.01 ETH. And you also get the benefits of Ethereum here, 4.79 APR based on 7-day average. But you also get the RPL token as well. So there's two benefits to it. You know what I mean? So have a look at that one. I mean, this one's gaining a lot of momentum. And it has been audited by 3 pretty big companies. Sigma, Prime, Consensus, Diligence, Trail and Bits, and Immunity Fee Bug Penalty. Well, that's the audit there, Trail and Bits. So these guys are pretty savvy, but that doesn't guarantee that it's going to be no hack or anything. You just don't know. But there's a lot of Ethereum getting staked on this. Tons of Ethereum. So that's a Rocket Pool. I've watched that lately, and it's going up like crazy. Medium Protocol, that's still doing not much at the moment. So there's a ton of these things that are do really well, and take a look at them, sink your teeth into them, because you better make some good money on that. But just if you want to do the safe thing, do the buy your Bitcoin, and then your layer ones will outperform Bitcoin, but um, you know they're just like a secondary thing. Okay. Marvin said, "What do you think about algorithm?" Oh yeah, we talked about that. I already spoke about that. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about, right? And this thing here, it's happening. We see this happening over and over and over again, and it's Bitcoin. It's not Bitcoin. It's central banks, all right? And central banks keep on playing their stupid games with people's money. And now what's happening in Nigeria, which is the fourth or fifth largest, fastest growing economy in the world. Nigeria has 213 million people. What's happening in Nigeria at the moment is they're getting screwed, right? They're getting screwed by the central bank. The cash withdrawal restrictions imposed by the Central Bank of Nigeria, the CBN, have made a strong case for Bitcoin as a solid store of value and censorship resistant currency. Nigeria is currently facing a shortage of physical cash after the CBN redesigned its banknotes, causing the old bills of the local Naira currency to become useless. They do this all the time. Many countries do this. They basically say, "Oh, we're going to release a new bloody note," and it's just they do it all the time. There's tons of these small countries that do it. But the thing with Nigeria is they've got the population to swing to adopt Bitcoin and something like a Lightning compatible wallet that Michael Saylor and his company, and even ex Twitter boss, he's now he went through Africa and he's now I think he went through Nigeria, Uganda, promoting Bitcoin. So what we need some of these emerging countries where there's opportunity, where people are looking for opportunity, they get screwed over by the central banks to adopt something like Bitcoin. I mean, there's millions of people in Nigeria that can benefit from Bitcoin. And
219 million.
That's a lot of people, and
That is,
they just,
Australia is only like 25 million. That's like 10 times the size of Australia. That's huge. That's a lot of people.
and I think over time, it will, they are savvy about it now, but it's just not there yet. But over time, I think some of these African countries like Uganda, Nigeria, uh, Kenya, a lot of these ones that are quite savvy in digital currency and Bitcoin will adopt, will move towards something like Bitcoin more. So that's going to be, a whole process in itself, but it's going to take time. But I just thought we've seen this before so many times with the central bank. We saw it. We're seeing it now with in Lebanon. We saw it in Greece. We saw it in Venezuela, Colombia. It just happens all the time everywhere. People are getting screwed over. So we just need them to Bitcoin. So now you wanted to mention a couple of things yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. I'll just share the screen. All right.
So I just got a runny nose, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, good. Blur. So we're ranked at 98. Blur, modified Blur. It's went up 6.4% today. You have a look at the chart. See when it first came out, listed about $5, about 69 cents. Currently at $1.30. So it's only been around really since February, so it's fairly new. So what is Blur? If we go to Blur, it's actually an NFT marketplace, similar to OpenSea, and it's actually gained a lot of users really. It's the fastest NFT marketplace. So you know what makes it special is marketplace fees of 0%. So they've traded 1.4 billion already, 146,823 users.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Where did this come
So
from?
I know it's literally been out, since February. Like here's the chart for it was 15th, so 5 days. And
Holy cow.
okay, sure, that's fine, $5, but it's actually been pretty stable. But the key factor is they're bringing in the users, and people are flocking to it. So now this is going to cause problems with OpenSea, and already OpenSea has already reduced their fees in reaction to people leaving and going to Blur to trade. So we've seen this before. I mean, we saw this with. Do you remember like
What was that?
Poloniex?
What was the other one? No, what was that one that, remember? It came out like last year.
What, an NFT marketplace or?
Yeah. Remember that one?
Yeah, I
What's it
do.
called? I
I don't know
can't
if
remember.
it's
It's on
still
the tip of my
around.
tongue.
That's all right. I'll have a look under NFT.
It's exactly the same thing happened. They try to counter OpenSea, but they didn't really. People bought the coin, then the coin dumped. Oh, what's it called?
Yeah.
Keeper?
Let me have a
Was it
look.
Keeper or something? Keeper? Oh, I can't remember.
NFTs. Let's have a quick look here. NFTs. Let's have a look there.
No, not Keeper.
ApeCoin, Flow, Sandbox.
I can't remember what it's called, but
Fetch. No, it's not it.
I remember coming out, everyone was flocking to it. And then
Yeah, just scrolling through here to see if I can see it. No, I can't see it. That's all right. We might think of it shortly. But yeah, I think there was one. So I don't know if this is going to be the same sort of thing, but yeah, there's obviously something going on there with that. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, obviously they're going to have to transition to something. They got to generate revenue. So I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do that with zero marketplace fees, but they'll probably establish something, going on here. So I haven't looked too much into it, but that's something to have a look at, I would say, because that's fairly new.
There's a lot of them out there, actually, more than you would think, but they just haven't come to the light because they just haven't really gained momentum. But this Blur one you're talking about, that has really taken off.
Yeah, I think they've got another airdrop as well. Let me have a look. Yeah, there is some sort of airdrop or a second airdrop. So it's just another thing, something to have a look at. But Blur's done pretty well. This is the article about it. Basically, the royalty policies earned by NFT creators on its platform. The NFT platform will impose full royalties on collections that block trade on OpenSea. So it's just like, OpenSea's been making money for a while, and like now competitors are coming in, and basically another option. It's like when we were trading on Poloniex, and then all of a sudden Binance opened up, and everyone went, "Oh wow, the fees are so much better on Binance," and they just swapped over. And also it helped when everyone had to do KYC, so and it's the same sort of thing. Yeah, and it can shift. Like I said, like it's only been 14th of February, and it's done $1.2 billion worth of NFTs on the platform.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that is something might be going on with them. So check that one out. And also just have a look at the hacks. That was the hack for Bond Q DAO, which was $120 million. Another price Oracle hack. Wow, you just see so many of them. Same with the Flash loan. I don't think Midas lost only. Well, they didn't lose much at all. There was a few, but 120 million for Bond Q DAO. That'll be the end of them. And that was sort of the biggest hack recently. Of course, FTX was 450 million. So it's been pretty quiet on the hack front, but that 120 million, that was about 19 days ago. There was one recently on the 2nd of February for 3 million. That was from Orion. Have a look at some of the raises. We'll have a look at some of the money raised. Let's see what's been happening in the last week. So as you can see, look at the 17th of February. So last couple of days, it's like 5, 6 heaps. So we've got Web3 gaming, hardware acceleration, blockchain gaming. A lot of money coming in, 3 million, 6 million, 14 million.
Where's this money coming from? Probably from outside.
Yeah,
right?
these are all. So this one here, these are the investors on this one, YGG, blockchain game. So there's a whole Galaxy Interactive, like big companies funding it, 13 million. So, and like in February already, like this, that's just the 17th. We keep going down. There's a lot of gaming, a lot of money coming in gaming, which is interesting because we saw, gaming, like really sort of big, and then it died off, and now we're starting to see gaming being raised, out in the real market, I suppose. And it's interesting to see how much is going on there. So communities, web messaging. Let's have a look at some of the amounts here. 20 million. Google's invested in that one. It's interesting. Superplastic, 20 million. Creator of animated celebs, vinyl toys, and digital collectors. Interesting. Let's have a look at this. So Amazon funds Web3 friendly studio Superplastic for $20 million. Okay. So obviously they got wacky NFTs and characters to do with TV shows and films. All right, well that makes sense. It's like because like in films, you know how there's a big market for like characters and toys and stuff like that. So there you go, 20 million for 3D character Superplastic, which makes synthetic celebrity vinyl toys. So it's like those vinyl toys, that people collect. Yeah, that's a fair bit. And they've raised 58 million to date. That's pretty big.
That's crazy. So it's like an NFT kind of, but it's not like a.
Yeah.
It's like a toy. It's like a physical toy, right?
Yeah, they probably got that as well. Maybe, I don't know if let's find Superplastic.
Yeah, I think it's like a toy.
World's top creator of animated. Yeah, I possibly have seen this before. Okay, so shop, talent. Let's have a look. Shop.
Snoop Dogg will be right into that.
Wow, that's weird stuff. So got oh yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. All right, some of these funny. Oh wow, look at the price of them, $110. Okay, so they're pretty.
Is that the
NFT?
Is it?
Don't know. I think this is actually the toy. Oh, you can actually connect with a Trust Wallet. We'll reject that for the moment.
You just print them up in 3D, mate.
Yeah. So there you go. So very interesting. But yeah, this is the sort of stuff, like this is how you get $58 million, if you can sort of incorporate some sort of themes, fun. It's $95.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That is limited 2,000, mate. So you have, and I don't know, maybe there's some sort of NFT. I don't know how it works, but maybe, yeah, very interesting. So that was Superplastic, which we just come across then. Let's go back to our raises, see if there's anything else there. More gaming. Superplastic. We're back into 14th of February now. Cross chain. Oh, what's this one here? $65 million. Taurus, Deutsche Bank. Okay. Let's jump over here. 65 million Series B round. Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank. Okay, so what do they do? Taurus has raised 65 million. Digital asset platform to service the banks. Okay. Out of Switzerland. Plenty of banks involved. Plenty of higher talent. Preferred platform for tier 1 banks. 25 financial institutions. What do they plan to do? Okay, so around since 2008. So they want to do custody, tokenization, and regulated marketplace. Okay, for all sorts of things. Interesting. There you go. So let's have a look at Taurus HQ. See what they say on their website. Build your own digital asset advantage. Cryptos, tokenized assets. Okay, so looks like they're building out platform and they'll probably offer it to banks and other marketplaces. So interesting. I'm not sure if they're going to release their own coin or anything like that. But yeah, that's just another one to do some research on. This is what we go through. I like to discover stuff while we're on here. It's always pretty cool. But you can see, like, you can just go through these yourselves, have a look at where the money is going into and what different areas there are, and check that out. I think that was it. Let me just see if there was any other things I had. There was Blur. Oh yeah, that was another one I want to do. There's the Bitcoin. I think I was a little while ago. I talked about Bitcoin. I'll just throw in some technical analysis here. This fancy chart here is actually Bitcoin on the daily, right? So if you have a look, while back I talked about this little indicator here that said buy back on January the 4th, and we've had that nice pump since. Well, the sell came around about 9th of February, and then we've had another buy indicator with that last pump on the 15th of February. So this is to do with that. I think I put the link for it. This was it's like a chart overlay kind of thing, and essentially it does buy and sell signals. It's just to do with some pivot reversals and Fibonacci and stuff like that. So I have put a link previously. I'll throw that in there again, but you can have a look. So not only we had this buy here, and if you'd sold out, like if you're trading, if you're holding and DCAing, it's different. But if you do like to do some buying and selling of Bitcoin, there's a classic example of a nice trade there, and it's given another buy signal. So not sure how long that will last, but you can check out that strategy that's available. You don't need to pay anything for that, but you've got to be in the group to see the link. 100x Crypto Academy in the Discord group. I'll republish that for you guys to check that out. But that was interesting. So we only had 15th of February, 4 days ago, we had another massive buying opportunity there with that big pump that day. So yeah, at the moment 25k. Just briefly on this, we're not heading towards 50k right now, right? This could easily go back into 16k territory, not a problem at all. But it doesn't matter if you're DCAing, because you're just accumulating over longer term frames. We're looking at Bitcoin 100, 200, 300k. So it doesn't matter whether you're buying at 15, 10, 25, you just accumulate along the way. And that's the way to have a look at it. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share today on that one.
Yeah, great. There's some good information there. Thanks for that, Garth. Yeah, you made a good point about what you said just then about it's going to be insignificant where you're buying it for 25 or 16. Like, just buy it. I mean, if you look at it long term, and I've always said, like, I believe that it's going to be we're going to be at 7 figures. If not by 2030, we're going to be there probably 2032, which is the fifth Bitcoin halving, I think, or fifth of Bitcoin halving. This, just Google Bitcoin halving chart, and it'll tell you the years. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. By the time we get to like 2020, 2040, I hope we're still around. You're going to be getting so much little Bitcoin per block. It's basically just someone grabbing your throat and just strangling it. And that's basically what's going to happen with Bitcoin. There's just someone who's going to grab Bitcoin by the throat and strangle it to stop it coming down the other end. Basically, less Bitcoin produced per block. It's mathematically in the protocol. It's in the algorithm. So it's just a no-brainer in my opinion. So, but obviously these things take time. So, but I think once we get to like further on, these are the most exciting years now, because when you look back on this stuff, Bitcoin's going to be, it's the same as those people looking back on it now when they were mining Bitcoin. Bitcoin was like 10 cents or $1. We're looking back at them going, holy shit, they should have got more, that 10 cents to $1, right? Now, fast forward 10 years from now, people are going to be looking, Bitcoin's going to be, 7 figures, and they're going to look back and go, oh, look at those dumbasses at 25K. Why didn't they buy more? Yet there'll be people going, I don't want to buy Bitcoin at 25. I want to wait till it goes to 16. Right? Get in the time machine, go to when it's 7 figures, take a look what's happening there. Obviously, you can't, hypothetically. Then come back and look at how much of a dumbass you are not buying it at 25 or 24 or 16. Doesn't matter. Right? Like, let's just say this. What if I said to you, Garth, I said to you, mate, it's going to be $1 million in 2030, guaranteed. Now, obviously, I'm making this up. Guaranteed, right? Now, and you knew that, right? But you don't have to get into a time machine because you just know that. Knowing that information now, like, obviously you'd be like, well, I know something you don't know, like, so you're gonna be buying it now, right? Like, if you knew it's gonna be $1 million in 2030, would you buy more now?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Exactly,
and I can't see why it won't be, because it's just one of those assets where it has, like, there's only so many Bitcoin. It's not like oil getting pumped out of the ground where it's pretty much unlimited. And it's not like resources where there's only so many, there's only so much lithium in the ground and they've got to dig it up. Bitcoin is limited. It's even more limited than gold. I mean, gold, they can still find new mines and, dig more out of the ground. But they can't do that with Bitcoin.
It's crazy. So, it's pretty much, you just got to, try to look ahead. Obviously, it's difficult because you don't know the future, but you've got to, if you take the risk, there's a reward, but there's also the risk. Okay. So here, we're talking about here, right? We're between here. Okay. We're between here and here. So it's going to be at 840,000. That's going to be the block, right? That's when the next halving is, at the 27th of March, 2024, give or take. All right. And the block reward flips from 6.25, which is now currently. So we're right in this golden years. These are the golden years. It's going to go from 6.25 in the new block on the 27th of March 24, when it reaches 840,000. It's going to switch to 3.1, right? Now, historically, on the Bitcoin halvings, that, like, the very next day, it doesn't really do much. It just takes time. But then, right? So we're just here, right? 2024. Just what's the friggin' date now? It's nearly going to be March, dude. It's nearly going to be March. 1 year. We're almost at the next Bitcoin halving, because we're flying through February now, right? It's going to be March before we know it.
Yeah,
we're going to be a couple of more webinars away, right? We're going to be talking March, and then we're going to wait 1 year, and then then it's going to be the next Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin's going to drop
Yep.
to 3.1 or 6.25 to 3.125. Then, right? Then it's going to be 4 years. This is going to be a long 4 years, but it's your time to keep. And then it's going to go to 1.5625 in 2028. Now, I say that Bitcoin is going to go to probably 7 figures by, if not before, 2030. I think that's my estimation. It's going to be 7 figures by 2030. Now, Bitcoin's, yes, it's going to be like an 18 trillion market cap. That's a lot. But 7 years is a lot of time in crypto, man. It's a lot of time. So if it doesn't go to that by then we look at 2032, the block reward is going to drop to 0.07812 Bitcoin per block, which is every 10 minutes. So it's literally just getting more and more and more scarce. It's literally getting, it's not getting scarce by every 10-minute block, but it's closer to the next halving if you think about it. So that's what's going to happen. It's going to be, and in 2030, holy shit. I'm definitely hopefully be popping champagne before then. I mean, it's going to be, it's a long way, 13 years away. Hopefully I'm still around. Pretty sure I will be. Pretty sure you will be too. So, yeah, we'll be popping champagne. It's going to be 0.3906 Bitcoin per block. Like I said, someone is it's strangling it. And that means scarcity. That means if you've got it, you're going to be sitting pretty. But the challenge, the risk is getting it now. And here's the thing: no man, no woman in history has ever benefited or gone further ahead without taking risks. That's just part of life.
Yep, 100%. So we talk about dollar cost averaging. We've talked about this website before. Let's have a look at $100 purchased every week. You started 5 years ago. You've been accumulating for 5 years, and let's compare it to some of the other things. So you would have over that 5 years, you would have invested about $26,000, right, in the last 5 years at $100 a week for the last 5 years. Your value today, $95,000 in Bitcoin, which is up 267%. If you compare it to gold, you'd be up 12%. You'd have about 29,000. And if you just held on to the dollar, it'd be up about 20%. It'd be 31,000. You can just see on the chart here, this is the value of the two others, gold and the actual dollar compared to Bitcoin. And as we move into that next halving, in the next 12 months, what do you think this is going to do? This value here is going to increase. So, and this is just, a small amount of money invested over a bit of time just by dollar cost averaging. This is what we talk about all the time. It's not very sexy, but it's all relative. So yeah, just by doing it weekly, and even if we go out to 9 years, let's say another 5 years from now. Let's see if we can see what it says, if it updates. 5 years ago. Let's have a look. 1 year ago.
Yeah, 9 years ago. Holy cow.
Yeah.
You'd be a squilly now.
Yeah, well, just for fun, we'll do that. Yeah, so if you invested 47 grand 9 years ago, it'd be worth 1.8 million right now. So, and that's just $100 a week. Obviously, not everyone's doing that, but even if you started, let's say 2 years ago, and I'll just see if we accumulate. So you can see this is the last, like in the last 2 years, which is, the market's been down at 6%. But this is why you got to look at, around 5 years type of thing. And this is what we talk about. Takes time.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So just keep on getting your Bitcoin. So with your Bitcoin here, right, if you look at the circulating supply, It's not like these coins that are, just create their supply and they've got like 97 or 80% of their token supply yet to come out. No, Bitcoin's circulating supply. This is a big factor. The circulating supply is like there's 21 million Bitcoin. Literally, all of the Bitcoin that is being produced or has been produced is out. It's not like there's there's that wallet of 1 million Bitcoin, but that's the original Satoshi Nakamoto, which hasn't been touched. That's whoever Satoshi Nakamoto was, but it's not like there's like 50% of supply. We talk about these layer ones and stuff, right? 50% of them because they hold so much for the treasury to then pay out in staking. And that's how they kind of pay their people and keep people involved to stake it. No, none of that with Bitcoin. There's like 100% of the supply is out, and then all those people that have lost their Bitcoin will never be recovered again. So it's very unique if you actually just look at study this stuff. There's 20 million. It's very simple. There's 21 million supply. It's going to keep on producing till like 2140. So whatever Bitcoin's left is slowly being bled out through the mining process of which is the Bitcoin creation every block. And that just keeps on going on. And that's what happens with the halving. Every 4 years, it's halves and halves and halves and halves again. But the rest of the Bitcoin in the whole world is already out. We're fighting over what is already out, whatever's in wallets that are tucked away that people haven't sold yet, whatever's on the exchange, and whatever hasn't been produced yet. And that's where the mining comes into it, because they've got to pay the miners somehow. So we're talking about a very, very scarce asset here. So I hope people really get that point, that we have something really amazing that we can take advantage of, and people like ourselves that we're not the wealthy. We're not the 1% of the world which have millions of dollars in our bank accounts. I wish I had millions of dollars in my bank account, but I don't. But with Bitcoin, that is a possibility, right? Everyone is a possibility to have millions and millions if you just keep on accumulating. So anyway, guys, that's what we say every week, is to just keep on accumulating and get those layer ones as well as a lot of stuff that we shared today with new projects and stuff that Garth shared with that fundraising too. So a lot of good projects popping up, which is good information too, Garth. So, excuse me. Thanks for chiming in, you guys, and obviously we'll share our thoughts on 100x Crypto Academy in the Discord. And if you haven't joined yet, you can check it out. You can join for like $5 or something like that if you want to. But yeah, thanks for coming in, Garth, for another week. Appreciate it. And yeah, have a good week. And we'll check up with you next week.
All right. I'll see you then. See you guys. Bye.
All right, mate. See you guys.